Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast Journey. Today's topic is something that every learner asks about again and again. How do I practice English every single day? Not just once in a while, not only in class, but truly every day in real life. And don't worry, in this episode, I am going to speak slowly, so even if you are a beginner, you can understand me clearly and follow along without stress. Now, you might be wondering, why every single day? Why can't I just study for hours once a week and be done with it? The truth is, language learning doesn't work that way. Think about it like exercising. If you go to the gym one day and lift weights for 5 hours, but then do nothing for the next month, you won't see results. But if you exercise a little every day, your body becomes stronger and the habit grows naturally. English works exactly the same way. A little practice every single day can change everything. In this episode, I'll share practical methods, simple activities, and even some creative tricks you can use to practice English daily without it feeling boring or overwhelming. By the end, you'll see that daily English practice is not only possible, but it can also become a fun and natural part of your routine. Stay with me until the end because each step will connect to the next, and I promise you'll leave with a clear plan to start today. Point 1. Start your day with English. One of the easiest ways to practice English every day is to begin your morning with it. Think about your daily routine. What is the very first thing you do when you wake up? Maybe you check your phone, drink some water, or stretch a little. Now imagine if, right after waking up, you connected with English in some simple way. It could be listening to a short podcast, reading one page of a book, or even saying good morning to yourself in English out loud. This is not about studying hard in the morning. It's about creating a small habit that connects your brain to English as soon as the day begins. Starting your day with English has a powerful effect. In the morning, your mind is fresh and open. What you do in those first minutes often sets the tone for the rest of your day. If you begin with English, you're sending a signal to your brain that this language matters to you, and you're ready to keep it alive in your thoughts throughout the day. Even if it's just 5 minutes, it can make a big difference. For example, you can listen to one English song, repeat a few sentences, or read a simple news headline. Another useful trick is to change your environment just a little. For instance, you can set your phone's lock screen to show an English word or phrase that inspires you. So every time you open your phone, you see English right there. Or you can write a short to-do list in English. Brush teeth, eat breakfast, check emails. This way, you're not adding extra work, you're simply using English in your normal life. The key here is not to make it complicated. Many learners think, if I want to improve, I must study grammar for hours. But that is not true. Small, simple steps every morning are more powerful than long, exhausting lessons once in a while. Imagine brushing your teeth. You don't do it for an hour once a week. You do it for 2 minutes every day, and your teeth stay healthy. Practicing English daily works in the same way. So if you want to build the habit of daily practice, start in the morning. Keep it light, keep it short, and make it enjoyable. Over time, these small morning moments in English will add up, and you'll notice your listening, speaking, and even your confidence improving naturally. Point 2. Talk to yourself in English. This may sound a little unusual at first, but one of the most effective ways to practice English daily is by talking to yourself. You don't need a partner or a teacher to begin speaking. You can simply use your own voice and practice expressing your thoughts in English, even if no one else is around. This is a safe way to improve because there's no pressure, no fear of mistakes, and no one to judge you. How can you do this in daily life? It's simple. Whenever you are doing something routine, try describing it out loud in English. For example, if you are making tea or coffee, you can say slowly, I am boiling water. I am adding sugar. Now I am pouring the tea into the cup. These small sentences may seem too easy, but they build the habit of thinking in English. Over time, you will notice that you don't need to translate from your native language first. The sentences will just come naturally. You can also talk about your day. For instance, while walking, you might say, I am going to work. The weather is sunny today. I feel happy. Or before sleeping, you can reflect. Today was a busy day. I learned something new. Tomorrow, I will try again. These sentences connect your real life to English, and that is what makes them powerful. It is not just about memorizing grammar rules. It is about using the language in real situations, even when those situations are just your own thoughts. If you feel shy speaking out loud, you can also whisper or even think in English. At first, it may be slow, but with practice, your inner voice will begin to flow in English more smoothly. Remember, the brain learns better with repetition. Every time you say something simple like, I am hungry, or I need to go outside, you are strengthening your connection with the language. The beauty of this method is that you can do it anytime and anywhere. No special tools, no books, no teachers required. It is you, your voice, and your daily life. This habit turns English into something natural, not something that only belongs to classrooms or exams. So if you truly want to bring English into your life, start talking to yourself. Describe what you are doing, how you are feeling, or what you are planning. Keep it simple, keep it consistent, and remember, no one is grading you. The more you do it, the more confident you will become when speaking with real people because you've already practiced with the safest person, you. Point 3. Read out loud daily. Another powerful way to improve your English every single day is by reading out loud. Many learners only read silently in their minds, but when you read out loud, something magical happens. You train your mouth, your tongue, and your voice to get used to the sounds of English. This is not just about understanding the words. It is about practicing how they feel when you speak them. Start small. You don't need to read an entire book. You can choose a short news article, a story, or even a social media post in English. Open it, and instead of reading quietly, say each word out loud slowly. Pay attention to how your mouth moves, how your voice sounds, and how the words connect to each other. When you do this regularly, your pronunciation becomes clearer and your confidence grows. You might be wondering, what if I don't pronounce some words correctly? That is completely okay. This practice is not about being perfect. It is about building a habit. Over time, you will naturally notice the correct rhythm and sound of English. If you want extra help, you can use online tools or even listen to an audiobook while reading the same text out loud. This way, you can match your voice with the correct pronunciation and intonation. Here's another tip. Try to choose texts that actually interest you. If you love sports, read sports news. If you enjoy cooking, read recipes out loud. If you like stories, pick simple English storybooks. When you enjoy what you are reading, you will feel more motivated and the words will stick in your mind more easily. The best part about reading out loud is that it improves more than one skill at the same time. You improve your vocabulary because you see new words. You improve your listening because you hear your own voice. And of course, you improve your speaking because you are practicing saying words out loud. It's like 3 benefits in one simple habit. Even 5 to 10 minutes of reading out loud daily can make a big difference over time. Imagine if every day for 1 year you spoke English out loud for just 10 minutes. That's more than 60 hours of speaking practice without needing a partner. This small daily effort builds a strong foundation and makes speaking English feel natural and effortless. So remember, don't just read silently. Read out loud. Let your voice become comfortable with English. It may feel strange in the beginning, but it is one of the fastest ways to turn your knowledge into real speaking ability. Point 4. Think in English. One of the most effective daily habits you can build is learning to think in English. Many learners translate everything from their native language into English before speaking. This takes time. It slows down your fluency, and sometimes it makes you nervous. But when you train your brain to think directly in English, words begin to flow naturally, and speaking becomes easier. So how do you practice this? Start with small, simple thoughts. For example, when you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking in your native language, try saying to yourself in English, "I am getting out of bed," or "I am brushing my teeth." These are simple sentences, but they help your brain practice using English without translation. Throughout your day, try to describe what you are doing in English, even if it's just in your mind. If you are cooking, think, "I am cutting the vegetables." If you are walking, think, "I am going to the shop." If you see something interesting, describe it in English. For example, "That car is very fast," or "The weather is beautiful today." These little sentences may look simple, but they build a habit of thinking in English naturally. Another method is to ask yourself questions in English and then answer them. For example, "What do I want to eat for lunch?" Then answer, "I want to eat rice and chicken." This habit feels like a mini conversation with yourself, and it gives you practice forming sentences without stress. At first, you may feel slow or even frustrated because your brain wants to switch back to your native language. But remember, this is completely normal. With daily practice, your brain will adjust and English will come to you more quickly. Just like exercising your muscles in the gym, training your mind to think in English takes time, but the results are powerful. You don't need to spend hours thinking in English. Even 10 minutes every day can change how your brain processes the language. The more you do it, the more natural it feels. After some time, you will notice that English words come to your mind automatically without effort. The key is consistency. Don't worry about mistakes, grammar, or perfect sentences. What matters is that you keep practicing every day. Slowly, you will begin to notice that you are no longer translating. You are simply thinking and speaking in English. That is the real path to fluency. Point 5. Speak out loud every day. If you want to improve your English speaking skills, one of the most important things you can do is practice speaking out loud every single day. Many learners only read English or listen to English, but they do not speak enough. Speaking is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. If you don't use it, it becomes weak and difficult to control. You don't always need a partner to practice. You can practice speaking by yourself. For example, you can stand in front of a mirror and talk about your day. You can say, "Today I woke up at 7 o'clock. I made some tea. I went to work." This may feel strange at first, but it is very effective because you are training your mouth, your tongue, and your brain to work together. Another method is to read English text out loud. Choose a short article, a story, or even some English sentences from a book. When you read them out loud, focus on pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. Try to sound natural, even if you are not perfect yet. This practice will improve your confidence and help you feel more comfortable when you speak with others. You can also record yourself speaking. For example, use your phone to record a 2-minute message where you introduce yourself, describe your day, or talk about your favorite food. Then listen to the recording. At first, you may feel shy or uncomfortable hearing your voice, but this is an excellent way to notice mistakes and improve. With practice, you will start to hear progress, and that will motivate you to keep going. If you do have a friend or language partner, make a habit of speaking with them daily, even for a few minutes. You don't need long conversations. Just a quick chat, like asking, "How was your day?" or "What did you eat today?" is enough. What matters is that you are practicing daily and using real sentences. The key is not perfection. The key is practice. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Point 6. Listen and repeat. Another powerful way to practice English every day is by listening and repeating. This method is simple but very effective because it helps you connect your listening skills with your speaking skills. When you listen and then repeat, you are training your ears, your mouth, and your memory at the same time. Here is how you can do it. Choose a short piece of audio in English. It could be a podcast, a YouTube video, or even a movie scene. Make sure it is not too long. For beginners, 1 or 2 minutes is enough. First, listen carefully without repeating. Just try to understand what the speaker is saying. Focus on the tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. Then, play the audio again, but this time pause after every sentence. Repeat the sentence out loud exactly how you heard it. Try to copy the speed, the intonation, and the stress of the words. At first, it might feel difficult. You might miss some words or pronounce them differently, but that is okay. The more you do it, the better you will get. For example, if the speaker says, "I usually wake up at 7 in the morning," you can pause and repeat the same line, "I usually wake up at 7 in the morning." Repeat it 2 or 3 times until it feels natural. This technique is often called shadowing. It is like you are following the speaker's shadow. If you do this every day, even for just 5 minutes, your pronunciation and fluency will improve very quickly. The best part is that you don't need a teacher for this practice. You only need your phone and a piece of audio. You can do it at home, on the bus, or even while walking. It is easy, flexible, and very powerful. So remember, don't just listen passively. Always repeat what you hear. Speaking out loud is what makes this practice so effective. Point 7. Think in English. One of the biggest problems for learners is that they translate everything from their own language into English. This takes time, and it makes speaking feel slow and difficult. If you want to become fluent, you need to train your brain to think directly in English. At first, this may sound hard, but you can start with small steps. For example, when you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking in your native language, try to say simple sentences in your head in English. You can think, I am waking up now. I am brushing my teeth. I am making tea. These are very easy sentences, but they train your brain to connect daily life with English. Another simple method is to describe what you see around you. If you are walking on the street, you can think, that is a big tree. A man is riding a bike. The sky is blue today. You are not speaking out loud, just practicing inside your mind. This way, your brain slowly gets used to building sentences in English without translation. You can also try asking yourself small questions in English during the day. For example, what do I want to eat for lunch? Or what is my plan after work? Then answer yourself in English. At first, your sentences may be short, but over time, they will grow longer and more natural. The key is practice, not perfection. You do not need to use difficult grammar. Just use the words you already know. The goal is to make English part of your natural thought process. The more you think in English, the faster you will be able to speak without hesitation. So remember, every time you catch yourself translating in your head, stop and try to think directly in English. This small daily habit can make a huge difference in your fluency. Point 7. Think in English. One of the biggest problems for learners is that they translate everything from their own language into English. This takes time, and it makes speaking feel slow and difficult. If you want to become fluent, you need to train your brain to think directly in English. At first, this may sound hard, but you can start with small steps. For example, when you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking in your native language, try to say simple sentences in your head in English. You can think, I am waking up now. I am brushing my teeth. I am making tea. These are very easy sentences, but they train your brain to connect daily life with English. Another simple method is to describe what you see around you. If you are walking on the street, you can think, that is a big tree. A man is riding a bike. The sky is blue today. You are not speaking out loud, just practicing inside your mind. This way, your brain slowly gets used to building sentences in English without translation. You can also try asking yourself small questions in English during the day. For example, what do I want to eat for lunch? Or what is my plan after work? Then answer yourself in English. At first, your sentences may be short, but over time, they will grow longer and more natural. The key is practice, not perfection. You do not need to use difficult grammar. Just use the words you already know. The goal is to make English part of your natural thought process. The more you think in English, the faster you will be able to speak without hesitation. So remember, every time you catch yourself translating in your head, stop and try to think directly in English. This small daily habit can make a huge difference in your fluency. We have now reached the end of today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed learning these powerful steps to practice English every single day. Remember, fluency doesn't happen in one day or one week. It is the result of small, consistent actions that you take daily. Speaking out loud, listening and repeating, thinking in English, writing short notes, or even just describing your day to yourself are all simple but effective habits. The most important lesson is this: you don't need to spend hours studying. Even 10 minutes of focused practice every day will take you much further than studying for many hours only once in a while. What matters is building English into your routine until it feels like a natural part of your life. I want you to believe in yourself. Every learner makes mistakes, and that is okay. Mistakes are not a sign of failure. They are signs that you are learning and growing. Be patient, be kind to yourself, and keep moving forward step by step. Now, if you found today's episode helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe to English Podcast Journey. It really helps me to keep creating new content for you every single day. Your support is what keeps this channel alive and growing. I would also love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, which of these tips will you try first in your daily routine? Will you speak out loud, think in English, or maybe practice shadowing? Sharing your plan will make you more motivated, and it might inspire someone else who is learning too. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Keep practicing daily, stay motivated, and remember that every word you speak and every sentence you write is a step closer to fluency. You are already on the right path. I'll see you on the next episode. Until then, keep practicing and keep growing with your English.